Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers. And what we're doing is we're actually over on the multiplayer server today, and as you can see I'm mostly underground once again. For anyone who's followed the channel for a while, not a big surprise. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff. Now, what we've been doing is I've actually been... Oh, hello there. Can I get you? Oh, so close. That's okay, because we can do this. Because we have to do it anyway. So, basically what I'm doing is I've got a small surface base on the multiplayer server. It's set up to be basically a common area for people that are on the server. Allows them to have a place to bring resources to refine them, as well as to use as a starting point for the folks that are starting out on the server. We are going to be making this the community server, I believe, for Space Engineers. So we've had a couple of people asking about it. And if this one is not, if this is the one that does not get made into a community server, we'll definitely be able to take what we're learning from this one and move it over to a community area. So, but I do think this one's going to be the community server. Now, something to keep in mind. If we do open this server up, because there are several people who are currently helping me get everything over here working and up and running. So if it does open up and become an open community server, your lag is going to be dependent upon the system that has the slowest connection and the lowest processing power. So keep that in mind, that if you are near the borderline on the system requirements, that you may have, less than stellar performance. With that in mind, if you join the multiplayer server, that means everybody else is going to have basically the same thing, because the server tries to balance the load between the clients. So for some people it may be okay, for others it may not. But they have been, Akeem Software has been working on the multiplayer code, specifically the dedicated server support, because they have had so many problems and complaints. So do keep that in mind, that if you join the server, you're probably going to run into some kind of latency issue somewhere at some point in time. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot that I can do about that. So as long as everyone is aware, what we will do is we will start getting a couple more people involved on the server. We've got a couple of the community, like I said, already here that have been helping out with getting things set up and established. Because I don't want people coming into basically a completely empty server. Because it kind of takes the fun out of it, especially the fact that we're starting on planets. Means that you're not going to have access to platinum, which is what you need to build the big spaceships. We are in the process of getting a platinum supply moving, which is one of the reasons why I'm working on the base. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the rest of this stuff in. I'll explain what I'm going to do with this area here just a moment. I want to get a couple more of these done, and we can take you on a brief tour. Get that right. Yes, okay. So, as you can see, we've got some conveyors down here, and what we're going to be doing is putting in refineries. So they're going to be out of the way. Basically, you don't need access to them for anything other than to refine the resources. So, out of sight, out of mind, right? Come on. Do I have to... I may need to restart the server to get rid of some of these floating chunks. Yep, looks like I'm going to have to restart the server to see if I can get rid of some of those. But yeah, so basically what I've been doing is digging a very large pothole and then stuffing stuff in here. We do have the elevator mod in, so if people need to get down here to do maintenance or clear problems, they'll be able to do that. This will be eventually closed, but what you're going to have is two refineries, and you're going to have two more refineries, and then every 2 blocks you're going to get another set of refineries. The reason we're setting them up this way is so that we can get modules in on all of them. We're going to have all of these fully upgraded to produce as much resource as possible. basically we want to have as many refineries as we can get going, and then this will give us like 9 in this base, which means you'll be able to basically process any resource fairly quickly. Alright, so let's go ahead, and then we will eventually set up, you know, other things so that we'll have the base really set up for new players. As you can see, the top of the elevator here. I'm thinking I'm going to replace this. I may replace this with a large reactor. We'll see. So we do have the 3 large storage containers. We have, you know, this going up into our mining craft. Mining craft won't be here much longer. That's going to be getting relocated over to my personal base. Let's see. So we will build a small community thing so people will be able to come in and grab, you know, resources if they need to. And that way, if it's destroyed, it doesn't actually hurt as much as if it was something like that. Because that's a really expensive ship. I just don't want to risk having somebody getting on the server who's not supposed to be here and they basically just destroy everything. So, because even with all the protections in place, it can still happen. Yes, I forgot. Okay, so those are the assemblers. As you can see, we have 3 assemblers that are fully upgraded. We have 1 refinery that is fully upgraded as well. And that's one of the things that we want to do is we want to replace this. Well, actually expand upon this. And what we've done is we've cut a hole in the floor here, we put a conveyor block in, and that ties into the refineries down below. So what happens is, let's make sure I have enough. Yeah. Let's grab some more plates so that while I'm down there, I can do a little bit of work. 3,000 plates and counting down here so far. Okay, so directly there is the conveyor that ties into the refinery upstairs, which allows this to tie into the network. So we have both of these tied together, hitting the conveyor block, and then the conveyor block, this space is left open for the upgrade modules. The next refinery goes here, which puts our block, the connection here, which then we put a second refinery in, which will also be connected, and we rinse and repeat all the way down. Now, I may take this back wall out. I haven't decided yet, because we're 1 block shy of being able to have more refineries, or another set of refineries. Actually, we're 2 blocks shy, so I probably won't take that out. Pardon me. Long day. So, but what I'll probably end up doing is just leaving a walkway back here for maintenance purposes. Maybe put like a couple of small cargo containers or something back here. I haven't fully decided yet. We'll figure it out once we get the all of the refineries in, see how much room we have. And then if we need to expand out in any direction, we have the ability to, because we just basically take all of the walls out, which is fine. Alright, so did I get all of the... No, there's one more. Need to get that. Go ahead and take that out. Alright. And then the rest of it is just emptying this stuff out. Clearing out the last few of these little artifacts. And cleaning up the mess, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a cut here. I will bring you back when we have all of this emptied out and we're a little bit further along. Right, see you shortly. And we're back. So basically what I was talking about was, you know, having two refineries with all the modules. And this is basically what we're talking about here. So as you can see, I've already got 2 of them down here. And I've got the frameworks for the modules on the first one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to complete each of these out first. So before I move on to the second refinery, we're going to finish all 4 of those modules. Then we're going to add 4 modules to this refinery. Once both of those are done, then we'll start building the rest of the next set of refineries, rinse and repeat. So when these 2 refineries are done, then we add the modules, we add the second set of modules, build the refineries, etc., etc. Okay? So that is the plan, and what we're going to do from here. I think I need to go grab some more iron because I think I'm actually out of iron. Let's see here. I've used a whole lot of it. So yeah, that is a good indication I am basically out of iron. Okay. So let's go. Let's see here. Why are you not? That would be the end of my iron. Okay, so with that in mind, what do we have? Oh, we've got a little bit of part on us here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the giant drill and we're going to go grab some more iron because, well, we are completely out. And the mine is just right over there. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab this. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that. So, actually, let's put this over here so we can toggle the block on and off. Now, for the folks who've been asking, the way that you set these up to be able to basically remove terrain without picking up stone is once you set them up into a group. Well, actually, you don't even have to set them up into a group. Just bring them over. Just come over to Weapons and Tools, and drag this down into either the first or second bar, or block in the bar, and that will allow you to do a right click. You right click and hold, and what that does is it'll operate just like when you do this with the handheld drill. It removes a larger area, and it does not allow you to reclaim any of the resources. So it's a good way to get through the surface very quickly down to your resources, and then you just either left click or turn the whole process on. And so, I put spotlights on this? I couldn't have put spotlights on this. No, I know I didn't put spotlights on this. That had to be the small craft. Okay, let's see here. Oh, let's see. We've got... This is going to be... We want it, that toggles the connector as... Alright. And this turns the block on off, and this sets the block to switch the lock status. Okay, so now I think it's the strong detector that we want, but we were going to unlock, turn this thing off, separate us out a little bit. Oh, it's just a regular detector. Okay. Want that to be toggled on or off. And I think that's everything. Alright, so what we're going to do is let's go grab a couple of 1,000 units of iron, hopefully. If we haven't mined the spot out yet. As you can see, that giant hole over there is from this ship. Have to be very gentle with this thing because we don't want it to slam into anybody else's base. Okay. So let's get ourselves in position. This should be the nickel and iron over here, right? Or is this just iron? This might just be iron. Yeah, the nickel's further down. Okay. So, what we want to do here... How's that for ominous? Alright, so... And then again, I do have tool shake turned off. Mainly because I don't like it. I think it's silly. Alright. Sorry for the banging noise from the mouse here. Alright, so as we move in, we're going to take some of the stone away. I am using the twin drill mod, for those who are not familiar. It's a really nice mod. I do have a link to it in the description of the video. So if you want to use this or any of the mods that you've seen me implement here on the server or in my single player game, all of those are in the collection that's linked in the description of the video. Alright, so... Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and drill into this a little bit so that we can gather some of our iron, because we really do need it. Am I drifting? I look like I am drifting, so let's... Okay, a little further this way. Yeah. There we go. And what we're going to do is we'll zoom in here a little bit so you can watch me pull the iron out of the earth. Alright. There we go. Had to level off there a little bit. Now, one of the benefits of having a mining ship like this is not only do you get ridiculous amounts of material very quickly, you can also, using the remove terrain feature of the drills, if you want to dig an underground base, you can do that very easily with this type of drill setup. Works much better in space because you don't have to worry about the oversized thrusters that do very little for you. Yes, I am complaining about the atmospheric thrusters. So, alright, let's see what we're looking like inventory wise. We have only 500,000 iron. Let's go ahead and grab a little bit more. I think I want to try and get about 1,000,000 units. I know it sounds like a lot, but you go through so much of this stuff. Alright, so it looks like we have almost completely exhausted this area of the mine. Let's pull back just a little bit. So what we're going to do is start taking some of this out. And I'm going to try and grab as much of it as possible. I don't mind if I get extra stone or any of the other resources, because we will eventually use most of it. And there is a mod that I've been thinking about implementing on the server, which will allow us to take gravel and convert it into other resources. I still haven't decided if I'm gonna put that on the server or not. Okay, so a little bit more here. And let's see where we are for 800k with almost 1,000,000 stone. Sure, that should work. That should work for now. So what we want to do is come back, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this back to the base, get it refining, and actually, you know what? I guess I'll leave y'all here right now because we are getting close to the end of the episode anyway. So I'll just say happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you enjoyed your weekend and that the week has been going well for you. As you probably know, for me, I've got a little bit of stuff going on my side, so I've been keeping busy as much as possible. I was actually out of town Sunday and yesterday, enjoying that long weekend with some friends of the wife. So, well, I shouldn't say exclusively with friends of the wife. They are my friends now as well. So, all right, let's turn the connector back on. How close are we? Ooh, that's gonna be close. Look at that. Bring this thing around on the flat. And that should be pretty good. All right. There we go. We lock that in, and we are pretty much good to go. So now what we're waiting for is this refinery to start refining all of that iron. Making sure I'm not so close as to be melting my base. And it sounds like there might be a fire somewhere in the neighborhood. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and let this thing process, and we're going to get more stuff made, and I will see y'all next time. So if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to let me know. I may not have all the answers, but I'll do my best to find them for you. If you haven't done so already, or if you're new around here, I do ask you to subscribe, because it does not only help the channel to grow, helps keep you up to date with when new content comes out. And I'm usually doing something, and I am in the process, and I've said this, I don't know, a couple of times now. I'm trying to look at changing up the format of some of the content a little bit. So this is why things like the likes and subscriptions are so important, as well as your comments, because I want to know what it is you enjoy in the episodes. And what I want to try and do is tailor the episodes a little bit more to the community, because I have fun just sitting here hanging out and doing nothing but hovering here and talking with you. But I would like to make it a little bit more entertaining for you all as well. So feel free to let me know what you like, what you don't like. And if you have any questions, like I said, let me know. I'll be glad to spend some time with you and talk things out. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Oh, so much more to gather.